it was on the 6th. I'm not sure what day of the week that was, but an interview with Woody Harrelson was published in which he described his approach to Haymitch. And when I first read it, it made me feel a little uneasy. I don't know. I think I'm just really paranoid about this movie in general. But I was hoping that we could all sort of weigh in on the article and talk about what we think. And if you haven't seen it, I'll read you a couple of quotes from it. So he said, or rather the author of this article, the author of the interview says, Woody Harrelson, who incarnates Abernathy in Gary Ross's upcoming film adaptation, said he pushed in the direction of laughs as often as possible. So clearly he's going to be going, or I guess he's already done it since they finished filming, but he's gone for a more comedic approach. He says, this is a quote from Harrelson, "It was my objective to give the character as much comedy as I could without it seeming not to fit. I tried to take a certain comedic aspect and give a sense through that he's been through a lot and is anesthetizing himself as a result of that." Harrelson said that even when he was playing Haymitch straight, he tried to put a more original twist on the character, particularly when it came to his look. "I didn't want it to feel like just because he's an alcoholic that he would look just like any bum on the street. So there are things that go against your expectation of what a washed-up guy would look like," he said, somewhat cryptically. So, first of all, what do we think about this kind of comedic approach, and what do you think he's talking about here when he says he tried to put a more original twist on Haymitch's look, and it goes against our expectation of what a washed-up guy might look like? What does that mean? Is he going to be, dressed really nicely? I mean, in the books, I feel like Haymitch's physical appearance is very vividly described, and he looks like kind of a washed-up guy, He's paunchy. He doesn't dress well. Any thoughts? I have a thought.
Isn't Mary the Haymitch expert? Do you think we should go? I think Mary has to answer first.
I'm totally excited. I'm totally excited. Those are my words. I'm excited to see what he's going to bring, because he was real, he didn't precisely come out and say that he's going to be completely different. I mean, I don't think he's going to be in a 3-piece suit with, a bottle of Jack underneath it. But I think he's going to bring his own little Woody Harrelson appeal to it, which I'm excited to see. And I'm glad he's going to put a little bit of a comedic twist, because I think Haymitch has that little sarcastic undertone comedy behind him, which is one reason why I like him so much. And I'm excited to see how Woody's going to portray him on the big screen. And I was so excited to see this article. So.
Yeah, someone else was talking before who I interrupted to make sure that Mary got the first word. Who was that who was about to speak?
I think it was Shylah. I'm sorry, Shylah.
Yeah,
well,
Shylah.
On the appearance, this is coming from literally watching the first 3 seasons of Mad Men over the last, 36 hours. But you can be drunk and look put together all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is essentially what I've learned from that show. And it makes sense for Harrelson to be the Woody, or what's his name, Haymitch, to be the comic relief in the movie. It rings true of Neville in the Harry Potter films for me, that they played his character a lot of times for comic relief, but it didn't make the poignant moments any less poignant for me. I still felt for him in the 5th movie when, you learn about his history, and it didn't make his triumph in the 7th movie any less because they played him to laugh. If anything, it makes you root for them all the more.
Yeah. Any other, before we move on to the next thing? All right, let's move on. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Please, speak up.
Oh, no, I was just going to say I just have a lot of, faith in Woody Harrelson. I think he's extremely talented, And I think we're so lucky to have him in the film. I think it really ups the quality of the film, just having an actor like him and so many of the other ones that we have in the film. It just makes me really excited.
Yeah, I personally, like Shylah, I think was just saying, I think it's, a wise move to play up the comedy a bit more with Haymitch, just because the books are so dark, and Haymitch really does offer some of the only funny moments in the trilogy. So I'm all for that, and I respect Woody Harrelson a lot as well. He definitely was not my first choice for Haymitch, but I'm super excited to see what his take is. And this article has just made me crave a clip of him in the film. So I really hope that he's in the trailer. I'm praying that he's in the trailer. Speaking of the trailer, actually, maybe we should talk about that next week.
Oh yeah, sure. But I just wanted to read one quick comment from Rebecca Griffin, one of our great, and actually now a member of Victor's Village, I believe.
Yes.
With you, Kait.
Yeah.
She says, "I'm a little worried because now I'm imagining Haymitch dressed like Gary Oldman in The Fifth Element." And for anyone who's seen that movie, that is a terrible image.
Oh my God, that's horrible.